Hi, and welcome to Conan Exiles, Age of Calamitous. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to navigate the underwater cavern. After the December 8 update, a lot has been changed in the underwater cavern. Some of the items and gears that we can use to make the exploration easier are no longer an option. Some things are also added to make the exploration more challenging, or you can say to give you nightmares. So, in this video, as we explore the underwater cavern, we're gonna talk about the NPC quest locations, hidden items and spells, resources, gears or items that you need to survive in this dungeon. We will also stop by Bobby's Sanctuary along the way. So, if you think this guide would be of use to you, sit back, enjoy, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video so that we can share it to those who might need this updated guide. So the entrance to the underwater cavern, even though it says K9, so K9 is right here. K9 right here. This one, the passage. But you don't want to deal with the dangerous mobs right here. You probably have a death wish if you will choose that path. So I would suggest you go right here in G11. Right here. There's an entrance going through the underwater cavern, and this is the most ideal and the safest place to go if you want to go underwater cavern. Alright, so we're already here in G11, specifically at the bottom right part of this grid, right here. There we go. And you should be able to see the stairs going to the entrance. So that's a portal right there. And it's not yet the actual entrance to the underwater cavern, but this is the entrance that we're going to use instead of the K9 entrance, because this one is the safest one. But before we go there, here are some things that you need to bring or you need to know. Alright, I'll show you. Alright, so we already have breathing potions. So you will need a better or a really good breathing potion. So I would recommend, if you have the physical potion, and if someone is from Felgarth, or if you are from Felgarth, you can have the Stormcaller's breathing potion. And at the same time, if you're lucky enough to get the Riptide, that would be great. And then you should bring a glowing stick. You should be able to get a glowing stick in one of your early missions or early quests. And then if you are from Felgarth, or someone that you know is from Felgarth, you can also use the Orb of Light. So these two are, so far, the best source of light in the underwater cavern, because it's going to be pitch black in there. Now, for those who were able to play the Age of Calamitous before the December 8 update, some of you would probably have already known Powers of Dominion will allow you to see in pitch black conditions, and also allow you to breathe underwater. So this is gonna be like a helmet that you should be able to breathe and at the same time see in the dark. This is not gonna work anymore. The same with Night Stalker's Mask. It's not gonna work anymore. Argosian Dream Dust is not gonna work anymore as well, and the one from Jebel Sag Altar, the Night Eye Potion, is also not gonna work. So any potions or anything that would be like a night vision is no longer going to work in the underwater cavern. That's why you need to have the handheld glowing stick and also the Orb of Light. So these two are the best source of light, as I've mentioned earlier, when you're navigating the underwater cavern. I'm going to show you that later on. Now, aside from the underwater breathing potions and also the Riptide, you also have the option to attune yourself to the Orb of Love. So the Orb of Love is craftable by someone who's in the Felgarth faction. Let me show you. Here we go. Go to feats, religion, and then the moment that you got the Order of Felgarth as your faction, you can check your feats here. It will just require you to be level 3. And it's already here. It's craftable in your woodworking bench. That's an AOC crafting station called Woodworking Bench. And here we go, Orb of Love. So once you have already crafted the Orb of Love, you just place it just like any crafting station or any placeables. And then here's what you need to remember. So the Orb of Love does not give you a guaranteed buff. So what I mean by that is, the moment that you attune yourself here, the moment that you hold E or interact with it, there is a possibility that you're gonna die of power overload, because it is dependent to your fire magic level. So if your fire magic level, let me show you mine. So if your fire magic level is still level 1, it will give you a very low chance of getting the buff. If it's level 2, a higher chance. Level 3, getting higher. And if you have maxed out your fire magic, it's going to give you a 100% chance of getting the underwater breathing buff if you interact with it. So for example, me, I'm already maxed out for the fire magic. If I interact to the Orb of Love, it's already a guarantee. I don't have to worry about anything. However, if I haven't maxed out my fire magic yet, there's always going to be a possibility that I will die instead of getting the underwater breathing buff. Alright, so I'm going to try to attune myself to the Orb of Love since my fire magic is already maxed out. But if you're doing this while your fire magic is not yet maxed out, it will be a great idea to have a bedroll nearby so that you can just go back right away and get your stuff. Alright, I'm attuning now. Channeling powers. And there you go. The powers of the orb has been bestowed upon you for a temporary period of time. So that's enhanced water breathing, and that would be for 1 hour. So you can see that on my buff area on the left side. Enhanced water breathing, 1 hour. So 59 seconds and it's counting down. Sorry, 59 minutes and counting down. But the Riptide is way more awesome. So as you can see, the Riptide doesn't have any countdown. Now for the Riptide, the one that's on my back right now, the one that will give you an infinite water breathing buff, you can farm that from the albino bat in the unnamed city. So here's the unnamed city. And you can find the albino bat here in the aviary, right here. So that's how it looks like. There we go. Now, the Riptide is not a guaranteed drop, so you may need to farm this guy right here until you get the Riptide as its unique drop. So there's no other bosses in the unnamed city that will drop you the Riptide. So this will be a very unique and lucky drop if ever you get one. Alright, now what I'm going to be using is the Orb of Light and also the Riptide. So Riptide on my right, Orb of Light on my left. So there we go. Alright, let's go. Alright, so we're in. And then there will be some hostiles here. So there we go. They are hostile. They're gonna attack you as soon as they see you, so be careful. There are also 2 Ilarican dwellers here and also 2 ghosts. But for some reason, they're not here. So you don't really need to fight them. You can just jump into the water and then you should be fine. Alright. So this is the entrance right here. This deep hole in the water is the entrance going to the underwater cavern. So things that you need to do, make sure that your gamma is pumped up, and then you can take your potion. In my case, I have my Riptide, and then I have my Orb of Light for the light source. Alright, so diving down. So you just have to hit the bottom and it should teleport you to the underwater cavern. There we go. There we go. So it's pitch black because of the glowing goop. You're able to see the fish, and also just very, very limited visibility. There we go. So there are I'm not sure if it's always a guarantee, but in this area there are two sharks roaming around. So okay, hold on, I'm going backwards. So in my experience, since I've been navigating the underwater cavern many times because of the quests that I did in my live stream series, most of the time they don't swim like mid-level in terms of the depth. That's just my observation though. So that's what I'm doing right now. Not too low, not too high. And there we go. That one is swimming really low. Damn it. I'm in god mode, but still, these sharks scare the shit out of me. Alright, so just stay close to the wall so that it can help you illuminate the place. And you just have to make sure that you don't rush in. So be careful. Because when they bite you, even with my, there we go. Okay, so that's a bad move right there. Now, if I was not in god mode, I would probably have lost around 400 plus in HP. The bad thing is you cannot heal yourself underwater. All right, so you have to be careful. Now, what we're looking for is this in a big seaweed. That one right here. That rock formation and then a seaweed. Now, there's a shark right there underneath, so he's swimming really low. So one is swimming really low and sometimes the other one is swimming really like a little bit higher, but not as high as my level as of the moment. Now, what we're looking for is a place where we can go through right here to this one. I think you can also see the difference of the color or the shade of the stone. So this is what you're looking for. So you have, so let me show you again. You have a rock formation there where there's a huge seaweed. So that's the level of the shark, as you can see. So swimming in this level when you're already here should be fine. And then you will see another rock formation where there's another big seaweed. And if you are in the middle of or in between these two rock formation and the two seaweeds, you should be able to find this path right here. All right. So remember the markers because navigating this place can be very difficult, especially you have a very limited visibility. So once you have seen, or once you see the eels, then you know you're in the right place. All right. So this has been our marker ever since we have played AOC even before December 8th. So in this location, I have observed that swimming low is the best way to go. But then again, as I've mentioned earlier, it's not a perfect science, or it's just an observation that I had. All right. So as you can see, I'm just swimming straight. All right, there we go. And this is what we're looking for right here. Yeah, you have to be very careful here because there's a shark swimming on the surface, and there's a huge, I think it's like a whale shark or a megalodon, and it attacks. And I was actually killed one time. There we go. That one. Really huge. Right there. In the old AOC, we actually have something like that, but it was just aesthetics, and it doesn't actually attack. But now, for some reason, it actually attacks already. So you just have to swim up once you hit this wall right here. Here we go. There. Right. So there we go. We have one shark swimming on the surface, and then if you will do it like this with your orb of light, point it into the water, and you will see the huge one swimming. So once we're already diving down again later on, you need to you need to be very careful and observe if there's nothing in the way. All right, because you can you can get one shot by the big one. All right, so I'm climbing up, and this is where we're going to get our Tome of the Water Element. There we go. Quest location discovered. So we're in the right place. Oh, sorry. Let me climb again. All right. So if you get damaged by the shark and for some reason you didn't die or you weren't, one hit, you need to find a ledge because you cannot heal yourself underwater. So climb up the ledge, find somewhere that you can stand on, and then heal yourself. And then just dive back into the water. All right. So this is one of the NPCs that you can find in the underwater cavern. So the name is Magus of the Water Element. So if you're doing your water magic quest, you may have to come here in the underwater cavern and buy the Tome of Water Element from this Magus.
Yes, Wanderer.
There we go. So Tome of the Water Element, and then you need to bring 100 Calathuya plants and 30 fire blooms. So you have to make sure that you bring that before you jump right in the underwater cavern. All right.
Return when you have something of value.
And there's also another item here, and this is for a Felgarth quest line. There we go. So if you are being asked to get the Tome of Starlight, this is where you can find it. Right here. Okay. And before you go, there's one more thing that you can find in this location. So let me just go back to the ledge or the platform that we climbed on. You're here. So this is where we climbed on earlier. And okay, here we go. You can see the shark on the surface. So if you're standing here, especially if you turn off your light. Alright. So that's a very creepy sound. There's a spot right there that is being hit by a ray of light from an opening of the cave. And that is the location of the NPC named Fraya Aeran'thil. So Fraya Aeran'thil is one of the NPCs that you need to find if ever you're doing a quest line for the Elven Covenant. So I'm not quite sure the exact name of the quest from the Elven Covenant, but if it's asking you to look for Fraya Aeran'thil in the underwater cavern, that's the location that you need to check. So all you need to do is just follow the light and make sure you stay on the surface so that it's easy for you to spot the shark. You just have to make sure that you are pacing it properly so that you will still have time to dodge the shark. This one right here, swimming on the surface, just in case it's on the way. All right, let's do it. All right, so far so good. No shark on the way. Just a creepy sound. Okay, there's a shark. Slow down. There we go. Alright, okay. So here's Fraya Aeran'thil. So do whatever you need to do with her in the quest. And then the best way to navigate so that you will not get lost is to go back to the location where we came from. Because that location where we came from is near to the entrance to the next chamber of the underwater cavern. Right, going back, we do the same thing. So your target will be the green crystals. Just watch out for the shark swimming on the surface. Pace yourself properly. I think we're good. Alright, we're safe. We climb back up. Now that you're done and ready to go to the next cavern, all you need to do is go here. As you can see, there's a shark on the surface. So you can see that there's a seaweed on the water. We just need to follow that and then just dive down. Alright. But we have to make sure that there's no shark on the surface or the huge sea monster is not in the way. Alright, I think everything's clear. Just go dive down really fast. Alright, so we're here. So here's the seaweed. All you need to do is to go to the right. There we go. Alright. Make sure to avoid the traps. And just swim straight. Until you see the archway. Right there. Now, the archway has a trap in the middle. Make sure you avoid that as well. And here you go. Alright. So, this gateway right here, or whatever you call it, this is going to close. So, it's going to close down the moment that the first player goes through the entrance. So, if you're playing with friends and someone goes through ahead and then the others are still falling behind, there's a huge possibility that the others will be trapped on the other side. But don't you worry, I'm gonna show you how to go over this sliding stone in case it closes down on you. Alright, so let me show you. So we're gonna intentionally leave ourselves behind. There we go. So there, it's gonna close down. So it's advisable that you guys go together if ever you're playing with friends. But as I have mentioned earlier, just in case, you know, unavoidably you're trapped here on this side, no need to fret. Just follow this seaweed right here. There we go. So that's the gate that just closed. There's a seaweed here. And you just follow it. Just swim up. Just follow. There we go. And here. Alright. So there's some dry land here. There's an air pocket. And this is also a very good healing spot just in case you were damaged by the sea monster or the shark. Alright. Now you just have to dive down. There's nowhere else to go anyways. Here we go. Diving down. And that's the gate that just closed down on you earlier. And you're already on the other side. Alright. So, once you see this skeleton right here, that should mean that you're in the right place. And then, we're gonna be swimming up because I'm gonna show you something really cool on the surface. But you have to be careful with that one right there. There's a shark roaming around. So just swim up really fast. It's not gonna follow you though. There we go. Just have to be careful. There's no shark on the surface, so you should be safe here. And then you will be facing that part of the cave. You should be climbing up. Okay, so this is where you're facing when you emerges. And you should be climbing up here. Right, just climb up. There we go. So don't worry if it's pitch black. Just make sure that you climb up until you can already stand again. And I think you can already see it. There we go. For those who are looking for tin nodes, tin node For tin and also for aluminium, this is the tin heaven right here. I know that there are a lot of resources underwater, but I don't think it's a smart decision to do farming or mining when there are sea monsters and shark swimming around. So this should be safe here. There's no aggro or any mob that will hurt you here. So here, all the nodes for tin that you would need. Make sure that you have enough encumbrance though. There we go. There's a lot of tin nodes here. So we call this the tin heaven. This location. And then I'm gonna show you really something really cool on that area right there. So I'm just gonna jump. And there you go. Alright, so you have some onyx, 2 onyx nodes, 1 tin. And then make sure that you don't run straight toward that towards that direction. So what I usually do here is I stay at the edge. Here we go. And then I circle around. Alright, so there's a creepy girl here, but don't worry, she's not harmful. There, she's just gonna go away. She's totally harmless. And then, alright, you can get random loots from this loot chest right here. Now, I'm gonna show you what's gonna happen if you run straight and not stay at the edge. Okay, there we go. You're dead, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead. See that? You will trigger the traps if you will go straight. So that's why I went to the side and make sure to avoid them. The traps are not visible on the surface, but they're going to definitely bleed you out if ever you go straight. There we go, because you saw the kid or you saw the chest. Just be careful. All right. So once you have done mining everything here and loot the chest, you can just jump back right into the water. There we go. And make sure that you swim down immediately, because we know that there are sharks roaming around. Alright, there we go. We're back to our marker earlier. Okay, here we go, the skeleton. And this will tell you that you're in the right place. Alright, so now we stay on the right side. So we stay right next to the wall. And then the moment that you go to the right, you will see this structure right here. So this structure is your marker to find the NPC, and his name is Bjorgle. There we go. And Bjorgle is the NPC that you should look for if you are trying to learn a secret spell for water magic. Right, I forgot my trident. Sorry, I forgot my riptide, I mean. Okay, he's bringing a trident. I'm just bringing a riptide. So yeah, remember him. If you are learning water magic, he can give you a secret spell. So that's the skeleton right here. Let me show you again. Skeleton. We go to the right. We stay next to the wall. And then Bjorgle's structure is right there. Just be careful of these, mean sharks swimming around. All right, we still stick to the right because I'm going to show you something that you can find in this location. So this cavern has a lot to offer. Here we go. And you will see this, small pathway here. You will see a gate or a door. And here. So if you are from Felgarth, you may want to check this hidden tablet here. This will give you a spell that only Felgarths can learn. Alright, whatever spell this may be, only Felgarth will know about it. Let me try and click it though.
Interesting.
There you go. You have learned the Bane of the Cursed. Alright. The spell name is Bane of the Cursed. So we will not be testing that. I'm just showing you guys what you can find in every cavern. Alright. So we're heading out now. And again, we stay on the right and just make sure that the mean shark is not in the way. So I think he just passed by. So I'm just gonna swim really fast here. So this is where I stay. So the moment I see a stump, I go to the left and then I stay here. I will wait for the shark to come out going that way. There we go. And then I'm just going to slip right in, making sure I avoid the traps. There we go. I just went in between the traps. So don't do that. Go to the right, because the traps will trigger once you're over them. Alright, so the shark keeps going in and out in that, you know, small passage. So make sure that he already passed before you slip right in. Okay, there we go. Alright. He's kind of busy. So again, I'm staying on the right, you know, on the right side. There we go. Stay on the right. And we're already in the next cavern. Now, this is the final cavern, and what we're looking for... Oh, crap. Okay. That would have damaged me if ever I'm not in God mode. So be careful. Be very careful. Just in case you got damaged, you can slowly go up. Like, just make sure that you're really right next to the wall. And then try to look for a ledge or a surface that you can heal yourself. But you should be okay here. That was just reckless of me. I was not quick enough to see the shark. So I'm still staying on the right side. Right next to the wall, making sure I'm avoiding the sharks. And this time we're looking for a shipwreck. Right, so there should be a ship here. And that will give you a very good indicator on the contents or the things that you can find or the things that you need to find in this final cavern. So there we go. I was able to avoid the shark. So here's the shipwreck. I'm just gonna go in to the ship. Sometimes the shark comes in here, so you have to be careful. This is the front part of the ship. And it's important that you can find the front part of the ship because this is where you can find the ruins. And at the same time, the entrance going to the Arcane Magic Shrine. So the Arcane Magic Shrine is just right there. Here you go. Alright. And then... spoiler alert. This is the entrance to the Underworld. Alright. So, you will require, the moment that you interact with it, it will tell you that you need a silver key to open the portal going to the Underworld. Alright, if you're wondering where to find the silver key, you probably need to check that out. I have a live stream that we did the actual Underworld quest. So how to find the silver key and also how to defeat Harbinger in the Underworld. Oh, Sharky. Right, there we go. Didn't see me. Alright, going back to the ship. Now, the reason why we're going back to the ship is because, again, it's the safest part of the ship. If you're gonna go outside, it's gonna be dangerous because they're roaming around and it's so hard to see because of the limited visibility. Now, I'm going to go out. I don't have a choice because the next thing that we're gonna look for is the mast right here. Okay, this is the mast. Alright. So, what I'm gonna do is, I'm going to face where the mast is leaning to. And then I'm going to swim straight until I hit the wall. There we go. Okay? Swim straight until you hit the cave wall. And then you swim up. There you go. And then once you see this, once you hit this one, you go to the left until you see an opening. There we go. You should be able to climb up here. Alright. There. So this was the gap that we saw on the left side when we were already emerging. So remember that. And then this location will be your passage going to Bobby's Sanctuary. Alright, so we're going to Bobby. But be careful, there is a trap here. Now, I'm gonna try to trigger that. I'm in God mode, so it should be triggered when I get near. There we go. It's not gonna kill you, but it's gonna cause you significant damage and it will bleed you out. So, the good thing is, the wall here is climbable. You just climb up the wall. And there. Go to the side, and then just drop. There we go. But if you have a good armor, you can just walk over it and you should be fine. And here's Bobby's Sanctuary. Alright. This is where Bobby is. Let me just turn on the music. Because Bobby's Sanctuary has a very iconic music. There we go. So, you would definitely know that you're in Bobby's Sanctuary. There we go. Okay. So, let me just turn that down. So, what are the things that you can buy from Bobby's Sanctuary? So, you have these things right here. Here we go. I don't even know what the others are for. I know the decoration and the bone chair and also the plague panties. But I'm not quite sure what you can actually do with the other four. Now, it's for you guys to find out. If you know what they're for, you can tell me in the comments below. So, Bobby and Sir Lannis is not yet showing up. So, this is the location where you can buy Bobby and where you can buy Sir Lannis. Now, if you're planning to buy them, you need to go to your feats and then go survival. And you go to Stranger Things. And then you should be able to see Bobby and then Sir Lannis right here. Now, it's telling me that I need to unlock this first. There we go. And then I go back to Stranger Things. And then I can already unlock this. Alright. And then when I click back or interact with Bobby's Sanctuary, Bobby and Sir Lannis should be there. So Bobby is going to cost you 25 copper coins and 10 tin coins. Not too expensive. Sir Lannis is going to cost you 1 silver coin, 22 copper coins, and 15 tin coins. For some reason, Bobby's Sanctuary has no haggler's slot, so it means that you cannot haggle for the amount. So these are the fixed amount that you can get Bobby and Sir Lannis for. Right. That's what you can do with Bobby's Sanctuary. Alright, so in order for you to finally exit from the underwater cavern, we need to go through this portal. So the moment that you go through this portal, you will be teleported to Bobby's arena. So that's how the arena looks like. There's a hole in the center. So all you need to do is just jump through that hole and then make sure you don't hit the edge, because it's going to, cause you some damage, or worse, it's going to kill you. Now, if you are ready to fight Bobby and Sir Lannis, you can stay on the top floor, because the top floor is not Ilarican plagued. I will show you that later on. But once you are starting to kill the Ilarican Plague mobs, then the whole place is going to be clouded with the cloud of death. And if you don't have enough protection, you're going to die. All right, let me show you. There we go. So as you can see, it's not plagued here. What's plagued is that floor underneath. All right. Now, I am in God mode, and I'm also in cloak mode. Then that's the reason why no one is attacking me. There we go. They're just ignoring me. That's Bobby. And Bobby has 40,000 HP. These are really squishy. Now, the reason why they're squishy is because they are intended to die right away so that it can release the cloud of death. Now, this place, as you can see, there we go, is Ilarican plagued. And I don't think it's a very good idea that you're gonna fight them here. So you should fight Sir Lannis and Bobby on this floor right here. Now, just remember, once one of the mobs dies, it's going to cause Ilarican plague. Let me show you. There we go. And without the proper protection, you, your thralls, or your pets, you're gonna die instantaneously. Alright. So that's Bobby's arena. So all you need to do, if you have no plans of fighting, so you spawned here, you're gonna be facing back. All you need to do is turn around and then just jump through the hole. Make sure to hit your spacebar right away, or else you're gonna go through the whole thing again, and that's just gonna be frustrating, especially if you have done that accidentally. Spacebar. There we go. And we're back where we came in. All you need to do is, just ignore them. You don't have to fight them, really. Just go through. So just remember, I'm in cloak because of the Bobby Sanctuary demonstration. But the moment that you go upstairs right here, the dwellers are very squishy. They're gonna start attacking you, the ghost as well. And then the dwellers are gonna produce Ilarican plague once they're dead. So just run like hell and then go to the portal. And there you go. You're out, you're safe, and hopefully you're able to bring whatever you need to loot from the underwater cavern and able to do the quest that you need to complete. And that is all for this guide, you guys, and I do hope you find this helpful. If you do, please leave a like and smash that subscribe button for fresh tips and tricks for Conan Exiles, Age of Calamitous. You can also leave a comment below for requests of guides and walkthroughs that you want us to cover, or any recommendations on how we can make our content better in our future videos. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and bye for now, you guys.